Hello everybody, Jamie the Board Game Man, and today we are going to look at a card game that is way under the radar. It is from 2019 from Good Game Studios. It is called Vegetable Stock. Now in this game, what you're doing is, well, you're getting vegetable cards, but it depends on which vegetable cards are left over that raise the stock or crash the stock. After 6 rounds, whoever has the most money wins. Simple as that. So let's head on over to the gamer's table where I'm going to show you how to play Vegetable Stock. Alright everybody, here we are at the gaming table with Vegetable Stock. Let's go ahead and see what this game is all about. Well, you can see the components. Not much to it, just a deck of cards, and you have your instructions, which is on the front and back of one of the cards. Very, very well written. You'll definitely have no problem after you read the card. Or hopefully you won't have any problem after you watch the video. All right, so what you're going to do at the end of this game, after 6 rounds, you want to try to make the most money. And how you do that, I'm going to show you right now. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take these 5 stock cards. You see there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to go ahead and place these out here. All 5 of them. And then the 5 vegetables that are in the game. You got broccoli, tomatoes, eggplants, carrots, and corn. So you're going to place these anywhere on any of these, but you want to make sure each one of them has start off with a different dollar amount. So let's just say broccoli, since that's Linda's favorite, by far her favorite veggie, we're going to put that at 5. Tomatoes, we're going to say it's at 3. Eggplants, we'll put at 1. Carrot, we're going to place at 4, and then corn we'll place at 2. Okay, so you can see each one of them has a different dollar amount to start off with, and that's just any way you want to do it. Doesn't matter. All right, so now here we go. We're going to have our draw pile here, and the number of cards depends on how many players you have plus 1. So in this case, we're going to just do a little 2-player. That way I can show you. So we're going to draw 3 cards each and every time. So we're going to draw 1, 2, and 3. So you'll see that they have the veggies here, and they also have them up here. So at the very end of the game, when you're counting how many of each vegetable you have, you can either decide to look at this or you can count all these. It just depends on how you want to do it. All right. So I'm going to look at this and say, okay, let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and take, you're going to look at how the stock looks on all these. Of course, it's very early in the game, and they can fluctuate a lot. So it's not going to be too big of a deal at this point. I'm going to go ahead and take a broccoli and 2 tomatoes. I'm going to take these here in front of me. And then say the next player decides to take the 2 carrots and the eggplant. The card that is remaining is what fluctuates the stock market on those veggies. You can see the broccoli has 2 here. Okay, well it's already maxed out as it is. So it's going to crash. The very first broccoli, it's going to crash down to 0. But then we have 1 more broccoli, so now it goes up to 1. We also have a tomato. The tomato is going to go up 1 in stock, so now it is at 4. And that is the end of the first round. Put this card up here, that way you can keep track of how many rounds there are. All right, now we go to the second round. We're going to look at 2 carrots and a broccoli. We have 2 tomatoes and an eggplant, and 2 broccoli and a carrot. So let's see, I'm going to look at that and go, okay, now it's going to be this player's turn to choose first. You go back and forth who chooses first. Of course, in a 3-4 player game, you do the same thing. Go around to each person. Okay, so this player is going to start first. They're going to say, okay, I want to get... let me see here. Well, I might want that carrot to go up in stock, but I want to be careful because I have 2 carrots here. So I might want to grab this one because if this one goes through, it's going to crash. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one. So he takes this one. I'm going to look at it and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take, because I have 2 tomatoes over here, but if 2 tomatoes go, uh-oh, that's going to crash. So I'm going to take this. So now I have these. Now we have this remaining. We're going to have 2 on the broccoli, so it's going to go up to 3. And the carrot's going to go up 1. Now it's maxed out at 5, so carrot's got to be careful. Okay, now we're 2 rounds in. We're going to go to the third round. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay, let's figure out what we want to do here. Well, let's see here. Now it's my turn. I'm not too big on the carrots, but we know that the carrots are going to crash one way or another because we have a carrot in each and every one of these. So does he, let me see, what do I want to do here? My tomatoes, I don't want them to crash with this because if those 2 go through, it's going to crash. So I'll probably take this one. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one. Now this player chooses between the two that are remaining. He probably wants to go with this one, so at least it recoups a little bit. Because if he only chooses, oh, I'm sorry, he might want to choose this one because at least these two will crash and then go back up to 1. So he's going to go ahead and take this. All right, so the tomato's going to go up 1. It's all maxed out at 5. And then we have 2 carrots. Boom, it crashes down to 0, but then it goes back up 1 because there was 2 of them on there. And now we're halfway through the game, just like that. So let's go through a 4th round. Here we go. Here we go. Now we got some corn showing up. We haven't seen any corn yet. And corn is only a 2, but if we both choose these, then it won't go anywhere. But if one of these goes through, it's going to shoot up to 4. So let's see here. Eggplant isn't really worth much. I have a lot of tomatoes. And if I can protect those tomatoes at 5, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of this. I'm going to grab that. Okay. This player is going to look and say, well, let's see what I want to do here. He has a lot of carrots here. Wouldn't hurt for that carrot to go up again. So he's going to go ahead and take this one. He takes this one in his possession. So now we're going to look. Carrot goes up 1. And the corn goes up 2. So now it is up to 4. Okay. And now we are 4 rounds in. I'm just going to go through a complete game for you. Might as well. See how quick this game goes? But there's a lot involved. You're looking to see what you have. Okay, what card do I want to have left remaining? But you got to keep and the other player is going to see. And so you really got to pay attention to what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to go this, this, and this. All right. Now, of course, you're going to keep these cards secret. Of course, you're not going to have them face up like this. This is just for demonstration purposes because you don't want them to see what you got. You have to remember what that other player has. So you're pretty much going to be like this. You're going to be like this looking at your cards, okay? So you're not going to have them face up. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. So, little FYI, in case you were wondering, well, do you get to see everybody else's? No, you actually do get to hold it in your hand. Well, let's see here. Let's see, it's round 5. So it'll be my turn first. Let's see, do I want to broccoli go through? But then he might grab the broccoli too. But he doesn't have too many broccolis in there, so he's probably not going to care about the broccoli too much. He's going to care about those carrots more than anything else. He's going to want those carrots to go up, and there's a tomato in there too, and I don't want that tomato crashing this late in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one. So I take this. He's going to look at his, and he says, okay, I think I'm going to go for, let's see here. He's going to go for this. So he's going to take the 2 corn and the carrots because you can see the carrot's going to go up 1. All right, it goes up to 3. And then the 2 broccoli is going to take it to maxed out 5. All right. So right now he's pretty happy right now. He's got a lot of corn at 4. He's got some broccolis that are at max. Okay, we're at 1 final round. Here we go. 3 cards remaining. Here we go. All right. This player gets to go first. So this player, he's going to say, okay, I want to take those broccoli and that corn because that broccoli's maxed out. And if I don't take that broccoli, that's going to drop. And at least I can get 20 points off that broccoli because I'm going to have 4 broccolis times 5. So he takes this. He's going to take that for himself. I'm going to look at it and say, well, duh, I don't want the tomatoes crashing. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. All right. So now the eggplant will go up 2 and the carrots will go up 1. This goes up 3, the carrot goes up 1. Okay, and there is the final stages of the game. Wow, look at how good these all came out. None of these end up crashing. So that's a good play on both these players. All right, now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tally it up. Probably get a pen and paper. I'm not going to do that now, but I'm just going to tally up real quick how many tomatoes I have. I have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10 times 5. That's 50 points or $50 in just tomatoes. He doesn't have any tomatoes here. So I have a 50-point lead on him. Okay. Now you go to the next one. Let's just go in order here. Broccoli. I only have 1 broccoli, so I get 5 points for that broccoli, where he gets 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets 20 points for that broccoli. All right. Eggplant. You're going to get 3 points for every eggplant. Well, I only have 3 here, so that's 9 points. He has 1, 2. He also has 3, so he's going to get 9 points. Carrots are at 4. So I have 4, 8, 12, 16. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, he capitalized on that. That's 24 carrots for him. And then for the corn, We get 4 points each. I don't have any corn whatsoever, and he has 5 corn. So he gets 20 points for that. You're going to add up the totals, and whoever is the most wins. If there's a tie, then you share the victory, all right? And that's how you play vegetable stock. Now, if you do have a 2 or 3 player game, all right, which I didn't do in this, I just wanted to show you the grand scheme of how the game works. In a 2 or 3 player game, you're going to remove all cards that contain one of the vegetables of your choosing. So if it was a 2 or 3 player, let's just say I want to take the eggplant out of the situation. What you would do is you would take this out of the game. You'd only have 4 you'd be playing with. And then what you do is you take out all the cards that have eggplants on them. Okay, that's how you do a 2 to 3 player game. I just want to let you know, and it'll be 17 cards. So that's each card is each vegetable is on there on card 17 times. So you would just literally take one of these out and so on. All right, that's just for the purposes of showing that. Okay. Now you also have in your game here, you have some variant rules, which is cool, which I'll go over real quick. So it's not really that big of a deal. I'm going to show you the back side of these stock cards. One of the variants are the backside, the dynamic market. So you can see, instead of going through, it has 0, 1, 2, 3, and 5. All right. So you can see they took out the 4. So it's a little crazier. Okay. So you can switch all these to dynamic market. And it's just a little different. Also, there are 2 special cards, promo cards in the game, which is Sun and Typhoon. These go into the vegetable deck. Okay. So let's just say the Sun pops out. When the Sun pops out, then you're going to add 1 more card. So in this case, if the Sun came out, in our case, we would do 4 cards instead of 3. Each of us would choose 1 card. And yes, you guessed it, the total on both of these cards have something to do with the stock market. So in this case, we would do 2 corn, 2 tomato, 2 eggplants would move the market. So that Sun is actually 1 extra card that's going towards the stocks. Okay. The Typhoon means there will not be a crash. So let's just say we had, let me get one of these here. The eggplant was at 3 and 2 eggplant were left. It is not going to crash. It's just going to go up as high as it can. So let's just say it was here. It would just go up to 1, but it would not crash. It would stay at the top. No crashing, just that round. You see here it just says the X going through the crashing down. Okay, and that's if it comes up in the deck. So these are the 2 promo cards you can have in it. The Sun adds 1 more card, so then you have 2 cards going towards this instead of just the 1. And the Typhoon means it just whatever item, nothing will crash in this phase. So even if the tomatoes were up there too, say the tomatoes are up at 5 as well, or say both of these were 3, and those 2 tomatoes, 2 eggplants, they would just go up to the max, and that's it. They would not crash. All right. And that, my friends, is vegetable stock. Very quick and simple and easy. So let's head on up to the game room, and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, everybody, my final thoughts on vegetable stock. I really enjoyed this game. Look how easy it was for me to teach you how to play it. I mean, it literally took, what, a minute and a half, and you already knew how to play it. Definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't want to forget the thumbs up meter. I had to actually order this from Taiwan, actually. I think it's called, they actually put their business card in there. Taiwan Board Game Design. So it's TBD/ or like a hyphen, gaming.com. That's where I found it for $10. I think it's like $5 shipping. So I come to like $15 if I remember right, to get this game. What a great game. And it took less than a week to get it. So, I mean, I ordered it, and literally within a few days, I had it. And the packaging was all in there, in the Taiwanese. You can see on the back of the box, they have a lot of their writing on the back there. But there is a Taiwan card, and then there's actually an English card, so you know how to play it, and the instructions are in there, which is great. It is on BGA. I have to give a shout out to Babs. She's one of my subscribers on here. She actually told me, I play a lot of games with her on BGA. She introduced me to this game on BGA, and I instantly fell in love with it. I think she knew that right away. I'm like, oh yeah, I love it. She knows what kind of games I like, and she nailed this one. And I was able to find it and just kind of Googled it, looked for it, found the website, and less than a week I had it in my possession. So, and I can't wait to do an episode, so I wanted to get to it right away. So, If you can go ahead and find this game, I highly recommend you get it. I mean, it's so simple, but there's a lot going on, especially when it gets to the end when and it's only 6 rounds, so you're only playing for 5-10 minutes tops. I mean, it's a really quick game, but there's a lot going on with it, and that's what I like about it. It's so simple to teach, but man, is there a lot going on, especially when I'm going to grab this card, but then okay, I have 5 corns in my possession, but if I choose this card and this card goes, there's 2 corns and it's at 4. It's going to crash if I don't get that card. So there's a lot going on in this. So, and like I said, you're trying to get the most points in just 6 rounds, which goes very, very quickly. So if you can find this, get it. It's definitely a thumbs up for me. And like I said, it's TBD and the little -gaming.com is where I found it. Maybe eventually down the road you'll be able to find it easier. But I did have to go online in Taiwan to get it. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, happy gaming.